In 2026, the Asia-Pacific is witnessing a pivotal realignment of power. The Philippines has approved a landmark agreement with the United States, signaling a decisive tilt in the region's balance. This pact is more than a diplomatic gesture. It's a strategic move to reshape security and economic dynamics in Southeast Asia. The world is watching, as this agreement sits at the heart of the US-China rivalry. For years, Asian nations have balanced economic ties with China against security alliances with the US. Now, the Philippines is strengthening its oldest treaty partnership. The agreement weaves together military cooperation, economic incentives, and shared democratic values, deepening a relationship that has seen ups and downs. It aims to create a robust front against rising regional pressures, with major implications for trade routes and the global balance of power. This is more than a bilateral deal. It's a barometer of shifting winds in Asia, as countries like Japan and Australia also reinforce ties with Washington. The pact is a key piece in a larger U.S. strategy to uphold a free and open Indo-Pacific. Understanding this agreement is crucial to grasping the future trajectory of the region and its global impact. The U.S.-Philippines relationship is a century-old story of partnership and friction. After gaining independence in 1946, the Philippines and the U.S. signed a mutual defense treaty, anchoring America's presence in Asia. U.S. military bases projected power for decades, but nationalist sentiment in the 1990s led to their closure and a cooling of ties. The 1999 Visiting Forces Agreement revived joint exercises, but cooperation remained limited as Manila balanced relations with both Washington and Beijing. Under a previous administration, the Philippines pivoted toward China, seeking investment and distancing itself from the U.S. This shift unsettled the defense establishment and regional neighbors wary of China's growing might. Now, the pendulum swings back. Manila is repairing and strengthening its alliance with the U.S., driven by security concerns in the South China Sea. This pragmatic rapprochement is rooted in national interest and shared democratic values. The renewed partnership is once again a cornerstone of regional stability. History, culture, and security are converging to shape a new era of close cooperation. The 2024 Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Framework marks a turning point for the alliance. A core feature is the expansion of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, granting the U.S. access to 9 Philippine sites. This isn't about new U.S. bases, but improving Philippine facilities for joint readiness. The U.S. has pledged $1.2 billion for infrastructure upgrades, runways, fuel storage, and housing for rotational forces. Joint military exercises, like the record-breaking Balikatan drills, will become routine, focusing on maritime security and disaster response. The pact also includes a new trade deal, reducing tariffs on $5 billion in goods, boosting Philippine agriculture and U.S. electronics. Economic integration is key for domestic support and prosperity. The agreement has strong backing in both Manila and Washington, seen as vital for defending sovereignty and advancing Indo-Pacific strategy. This formal framework replaces ad hoc cooperation with clear commitments and investments. The U.S.-Philippine partnership is now a central pillar of regional stability. 2024 will be remembered as the year this alliance was fundamentally transformed. The pact sets a new standard for U.S. engagement in Asia. The new agreement is as much about economic growth as security. The trade deal aims to boost bilateral trade by 25% over 3 years, benefiting over 500,000 Filipino farmers with better access to U.S. markets. Provisions streamline foreign investment in sectors like renewable energy and digital infrastructure. The U.S. Development Finance Corporation will facilitate up to $3 billion in private investment, modernizing Philippine infrastructure and creating high-skilled jobs. This strategy offers a compelling alternative to Chinese-led initiatives. For the U.S., stronger economic ties mean more resilient supply chains, especially in semiconductors and electronics. Diversifying away from single-country dependencies enhances American economic security. The pact is a model for U.S. economic engagement across the Indo-Pacific, signaling that partnership with Washington brings real rewards. This friend-shoring approach strengthens alliances and shapes the regional order through prosperity. Economic cooperation is now a powerful tool of American soft power in Asia. The partnership's impact is felt in everyday life. U.S. investment in EDCA sites creates jobs for local workers in provinces like Cagayan and Palawan, boosting local economies. Community projects, new schools, hospitals, and clean water are improving quality of life around the bases. Joint patrols by the U.S. Navy and Philippine Coast Guard help protect fishermen's livelihoods from illegal foreign fleets. Some communities voice concerns about environmental and social impacts, but joint committees address these issues and ensure respect for local laws. People-to-people ties, educational exchanges, and cultural programs deepen mutual understanding. Humanitarian cooperation after disasters builds trust and resilience. Ultimately, personal relationships are the alliance's strongest foundation. The pact is a direct response to China's assertiveness in the South China Sea. Beijing's expansive claims and militarization of artificial islands threaten Philippine sovereignty and regional stability. U.S. access to northern and western Philippine bases enhances monitoring and deterrence in the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait. Experts say these sites complicate China's military planning and raise the cost of aggression. China condemns the agreement, warning the Philippines against becoming a U.S. pawn. Tensions are high, with joint patrols often shadowed by Chinese vessels, increasing the risk of miscalculation. Manila hopes the alliance will protect its maritime rights, but risks deeper entanglement in great power rivalry. The challenge is to deter conflict while keeping communication open to prevent crisis. The decision to deepen the U.S. military presence in Asia sparks intense debate. Some argue a robust U.S. presence deters aggression and reassures allies, while others warn it could provoke China and escalate tensions. Critics suggest focusing on defensive deterrence, avoiding moves that could be seen as offensive threats. Trade disputes complicate alliances, as economic friction can undermine security cooperation. China exploits these divisions, offering incentives to pull U.S. allies closer. The core challenge: protect interests and allies without triggering war. The Philippines Pact is a test case for the peace-through-strength approach. Taiwan remains the region's most sensitive flashpoint. The U.S. supports Taiwan's self-defense under the Taiwan Relations Act, while officially recognizing the One China policy. New EDCA sites in northern Luzon, close to Taiwan, give the U.S. strategic advantages in any Taiwan crisis. This deters aggression, but risks making the Philippines a frontline state. Manila insists the alliance is for defense only, but the reality is complex. Any conflict over Taiwan would inevitably draw in the Philippines and the region. The stakes are high. Miscalculation could have global consequences. Careful diplomacy and clear communication are essential to prevent escalation. The U.S.-Philippines agreement is a defining moment in a global power shift. Asia-Pacific stability is vital for the world economy. Over a third of global shipping passes through the South China Sea. Disruption here would trigger a worldwide crisis. The alliance tests whether democratic partnerships can uphold a rules-based order against coercion. This is about sovereignty, international law, and the right of nations to choose their path. The world is more interconnected and contested than ever. The decisions made now will shape the future. Cooperation or conflict, rule of law or spheres of influence. The story unfolding in the Pacific will affect us all. Staying informed and engaged has never been more important.